Hello, 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 Miss Susan.
Hello, Miss Danica. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. And if you haven't watched our previous podcast, please don't worry. This was cupping. And if you watch our podcast on it, you'll find out why I have polka dots all over and some of the advantages. And then we're going to research, or we're hoping our viewers will even tell us all the advantages of cupping, Cupping, not to be confused with the little accent of my massage guy that I thought he wanted to give me a happy ending.
I love it. Yes. Oh my goodness, that is so
Which
funny.
again, I wasn't necessarily going to turn it down. No, I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
depends on the time in life. Oh,
Or in
welcome.
my case, not during the massage, but at the bar, how many shots of tequila you have. That always changes my attitude.
And pretty much everybody's, I think.
Oh, I think everybody's right. You all have your what is it? drink of pa- Drink of bad choices. That's what I call it. I have a girlfriend. It's vodka for her. For me, it's tequila.
It's tequila, huh? No, I
Some
don't
people
know.
say, "Oh, you don't drink it." I'm like, "No, I don't, because I love everybody when I drink it. Me love you long
I
time
love
when
you
we have
long time
tequila."
and way too much, and not where I want to or when I want to or how I want to or all the things.
Yeah, definitely that morning after of we are what, the 50 plus. The morning after of, oh, what the did I do? Okay, so yeah, anyway.
I
Um,
love it.
I'm checking here.
Hi,
Oh,
kitty.
I was trying to think what we were going to do our next podcast on. We are going to do one on the little Newport vacation, but
Yes.
we're going to do it on Morpheus, which has a lot of benefits, but one that I mentioned to Danica, and she reached back out and caught me off guard, is vagina rejuvenation.
Yes.
I now know a lot more about it than I ever needed to know, and probably there's still more to learn. But if you know about this, if you've done something, our whole podcast is nothing is off the table. We talk about it all. So we're talking about vaginas today. Um, we'll go back and I'll tell you about the Morpheus, what originally it started for and what I'm going to go be using it for. But what the doctor told me, it was interesting, is they have found this particular type of treatment is great to rejuvenate your vagina. And so I wasn't quite sure what that meant. I wasn't sure if my vagina needed rejuvenating. First of all, I'm like,
Well, and I mean that's such an open statement because there's so many things that happen all of our lives, but especially after children and after the older you get.
and the second part is the older you get. Um, so part two of that is another podcast we're doing. As I told Danica, I went and had blood work done. I kind of want to see where I am, what I am. One was more for, do I have a health issue that's preventing me from getting this weight off? Because I feel like I'm making an effort, maybe not 100%, but I feel like I'm doing a good 80 that should at least
Show
stop me from
something.
gaining.
Yeah.
Maybe lose it, but I'm not even stopping. I'm still gaining. So I knew something was off, and it is. And it was hormonal. So that was part of what started that is I'm off of my progesterone, my testosterone, and my estrogen. So I'm doing some pills, I'm doing some cream, and yes, that will also change the vagina thing because the, can't believe
A
I'm having this
vagina
conversation
thing.
with the whole world, but here you go. It was really interesting. The doctor said to me, do you have dryness there? And I'm like, no, I don't. Thank goodness. But apparently that is a big sign.
Yeah.
But she said, have you lost desire? And I'm like, no, I like to have sex. She said, well, when's the last time you had it? And so I shared that with her, which I'm not sharing that with you shit, but I shared that with her. And she goes, I'd say you've lost some desire if it's been that long. And what part two of that was is we all have different desires, just we're born with.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back a step. She said, when I told her that, she said, well, in your 20s, how did how often did you want it? When you were 30, when you were 40, when you were 50? Well, I've discussed this before on podcast. I went through menopause at 40, which yes, I know that's young, and all you gynecologists that watch us that say it's impossible, you are wrong. Depends when you
Absolutely.
start. And the reason I say that is I had a gynecologist tell me I was not menopausal, and I was, but another one was open-minded. Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast. But so the short version is we went through my 20s and my 30s and my 40s, and then we got to my 50s, and then we even got to late 50s. I didn't realize I'd lost desire. Not that I don't want it. I mean, some women are like, I don't want it. I don't enjoy it. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
That's not me. It's
me either.
just, I'll think about it. Well, clearly, with me having been a very highly sexually person, there's a problem. And then it went to that degree.
No, that's the same
So,
with me.
that's what I need. I don't necessarily need vagina rejuvenation. I need hormonal, which
Yeah.
is going to cure so many things. And I will keep you posted on my journey because last night was the first time.
Okay.
I'm now taking two different pills. There was about six things offered. And I'm like, yeah, you guys know from me talking, I don't like to take pills.
Mhm.
And this is kind of a last resort that I'm doing that with this, but it's all natural.
Okay,
So
that's what I
this
was
is
gonna
not my
ask.
general
It's got to be
practitioner.
natural, right? I okay.
Yeah, this is not my general practitioner. It's, and it's not holistic, but I'll get the correct name for it. So I am taking those things because one thing is a red rice yeast, which is something we really need to increase as we get older and does so much for us hormonally. I know.
Interesting.
Um,
Never even heard of it.
Hang on here. Let me see if I can do this while I'm going there.
Well, I know that, I mean, just talking to people in our world and whatever, just your libido changes all the time through your life. And, mine I think is as strong as ever, but my reasons, and I mean, I think about it a lot, but I've got this 7-year-old. And so I was never a promiscuous person. I had my moments, right, through life, but I always at least had a relationship. And for me, it's like a relationship is a whole different ballgame now with the 7-year-old. I'm
Absolutely.
not just going to go, oh, yeah, I'm attracted to you. Let's see if it works. Because I'm not going to bring somebody home to see if it works. I'm just not. And so the cobwebs I have are simply because I've chosen not to. And no offense to the parents and moms that bring people home. I don't care. It's not a judgment. It's just my
I
own
judge a little, but go ahead.
personal person is not going to just
I get that because I'm not even introducing somebody to
to
my
your grandkids.
grandchildren.
I
And that's
understand.
grandkids that don't live with me. So and I,
Same thing.
I go back a little bit when I say I'm judging. Yeah, I am a little judgy because I think you go really, really protective, and I totally admire that about you. And I don't even mind some, but I am a little judgy the women that you pick somebody up from a bar and you bring that drunk person home to your family and your child's in the other room and you don't know who that
Yeah,
person is. Don't do that.
100%. I
There's
agree.
so
That's
many
that's
adults
that's
that
just
will tell you
dangerous too.
that is dangerous.
Yeah. It's not even
Danger,
just
you're putting
about
your
the
child in danger. That's where I'm judgy. But
that
as
that
far as
makes
you've been
sense.
dating them a while and you feel comfortable introducing them,
Yeah,
where I think you are even going to go a lot longer before that happens, I have no problem with that. That's your
I
comfort
agree.
level.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. No,
But I think you're
I
right.
get
I
what you're
think that
saying.
makes it very hard for you um, to be promiscuous.
Well, yeah, unless she's sleeping over at her friend's house. But the thing is that, well, I'm also on an island and I know everybody. So I'm like, okay.
Everybody will know that you had that person over while she was at a sleepover. Yeah,
And
we know.
and there's no attraction, and not in a bad way. I love you myself, Potter Island men, but it's just, they say, and we've talked about it before, you don't break up with somebody here, you just move on to the next one. And it's
Oh, I
because
heard you
there's
miss
no
your
future.
turn.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, but even in a big city, and I think
yeah.
I felt I was very comfortable and the sacrifices I had to make to date and go into a relationship again, I just wasn't ready to do that. But talking to this doctor, it's a lot of my hormones saying that.
So
So
it's
that might even be a part of you, just FYI.
maybe, because
Because
I
you
didn't
could
have a
drive to
normal
Harlingen,
menopause.
you could drive to McAllen, you could start a relationship outside of that very teeny circle, which I 100% agree with what your situation
Yeah.
is. Um, so I'm hoping to do it because I even was trying to start dating. And then after one date, I'm like, oh my God, I fixed my hair for this. I actually
Oh
put
yeah.
mascara, I mean, I put eyeshadow on for this shit, and I was getting really agitated. And I come to find out maybe some of it wasn't them, it was my mental attitude too.
That
So we'll
makes sense.
see.
Because
We'll
we don't even
see.
realize, just
No,
like
and again, I
PMS.
didn't start out for any of those reasons. I started out for weight. So going all the way back to the vagina rejuvenation, that's how this all got started, is that doctor then went into some other things talking about it, and she did not recommend me for that. So the I knew if I tried to say it enough,
But JJ,
Rajavin the vajayjay, I like that better.
that's more fun.
Rajavin the vajayjay is a lot apparently when you have children, if you have them from there, not a
Naturally.
C-section,
Yeah.
that does stretch it. So one It apparently changes the visual attraction for men.
Which I didn't know there was a visual attraction.
You
Apparently
know,
there
I
must
think it's
be.
like as you
Thankfully.
get, well, let's put it this way. That looks different. Apparently, so does that.
Yeah.
Got
Absolutely.
it?
Yep.
Okay. So, even though men also, as they get older, have to realize their balls hang too, and that's not real attractive. Even though I never really found tight balls to be attractive, but I definitely don't find the loose balls. So I've got to take this moment to say that too. Hey guys, when you're being a little judgy, that her vagina's a little stretchy, and there may be some extra flapping skin, take a look at you in the mirror too.
Well,
Because you're not,
absolutely.
and your ass sags, and yeah. So we both are going through it, maybe be a little more sympathetic. But that's just the visual. But the other thing is apparently the feeling that you lose feeling because of that. So we'll take it like a rubber band gets stretched, it doesn't go all the way back. So apparently this will tighten it. It will improve the skin. So I'll go back and tell you where I'm going to have it is for face. So it'll take this and lighten it a little bit. Not make it go away like a face lift, which that's fine. So
Sure.
visually and then feeling wise, it's better for you. So if that's something you're really struggling with, go talk to someone about that. That's my recommendation for you. Again, I can't give you a whole lot because that's not my particular problem. Mine's like up here. I don't give a shit. So they're trying to change me mentally to be there again.
Well, and I'm curious because I'm going to research it a little bit as well because for me also, which I know absolutely, wow, I'm really like letting the world know all about me, is it's been painful ever since I had my child. And I don't know if that's just age, whatever, because it wasn't before. So I don't know. I tried to have her vaginally for 5.5 hours and then ended up having to have a C-section. So I'm guessing I got some damage
Did
down there.
something.
Did
Yeah.
something because it's never been painful in my entire life. I've always been a very sexually active person. Love it, amazing, whatever. And
Right.
so that's something I'm going to look into. In fact, Tamlin sent me something, um, a link to a product that helps to, I guess, without whatever they're doing, it's not that, but it's something that helps lubricate, rejuvenate something. And I believe it is with collagen and hormones, not, but it's natural as well. So it's
Right.
interesting because I didn't connect the two really with what you were saying, but it might be the same thing. And so
And that's,
obviously that will take away my interest, right? Because I have to absolutely find the
yeah,
right
if you're in
fucking
pain, you
guy.
definitely don't want to engage in an activity that, well,
Yeah,
let
it's
me ask real quick
got to
though.
be the
Have
right
you talked to
person.
a gynecologist about this or whatever the doctor is that when you had the baby?
No, I actually haven't talked to him about it. I should talk to him about it. I know he'll talk to me about it.
I think
No,
step one there,
I just haven't bothered. I mean, so because it's just again, my focus, as you know, is my daughter, but I definitely
so I'm
want to
going to
revive
stop you
my sex
there.
life. I would definitely want to revive it.
And ladies, we need sex, even at this
Yes,
age.
it's
So
so good
that
for
was
us at
what my doctor said
everything.
to me. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess now that you pointed out, I guess I really, because I'm not wanting it, apparently I have lost some desire.
Yeah,
Not to say I wouldn't and I wouldn't enjoy it, but and she said, that's mentally and also physically, and we're going to go there in just a moment.
yeah,
What we've been talking about, it's all in the same little bag. Um, a problem for women. Because if I'm not having that mental want to have sex and I'm not having sex mentally and physically, we need to have sex, we need to have orgasms, we need that
a
whole
release.
flush of our system.
Yep,
Part two is if I'm not having sex, then I kind of get to where, yeah, it bothers me, but I'm not doing anything about looking in the mirror, not feeling physically attractive to myself.
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm going to take it just because I have to segue with what you said. You said in all that little ball and that sack, men have to do because they have to release those hormones. So that's why, I love men that they're more open and they take Viagra and they do whatever. Women,
Oh,
we don't do that for ourselves. Men are like
no.
full on out. I'm going to take Viagra. Let's go, baby.
I'm
I'm
going to do
going to do
whatever it
whatever.
takes to have sex because I that's their number one priority. And we, like you said, oh, my daughter, you're making, and again, I'm not,
Well,
you know where
yeah,
I'm going. I'm not bashing you, but you're
I
like,
know.
I'm not worried about it, but you need to be worried
I
because
do.
it's going to make you a better mom when you're happier. Da
Yes.
da
And
da da da
taking
da
care of
da download
myself
that.
is fine, but it's not the same. It is not the same. I don't care what you say, it's
And
not the
I'm just
same.
as guilty the other, I don't have a child as an excuse, but it's like, oh, you know what? I'm going out with my girlfriends. I'm having fun. My career's great. I'm doing the podcast with Danica. I got all these satisfactions, but you
Yes.
need them all,
Yeah.
and they
100%.
all will enhance the other one. Yeah. So
Yep.
again, it's all of that. And I'll go with the guy thing because my whole life, and everybody that knows me, I've always dated older gentlemen. Now that I'm getting older, they're like almost dead if I date them that old, much older than me. I'm not joking. I'm 55, add 20.
And I've always dated younger
But
men. And so it's like, I'm just like trying to figure that out.
we've laughed about that yeah, maybe I need to go younger now. But so they got to a point that physically, that was a challenge. So some did do Viagra, but there's a lot of bad Viagra stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
I
heck
don't know
yeah.
what it is. I need to find out, and I'm still on good terms with this person. But whatever it was, and if we were live right now, and any guy, we're not live, but if any guy were on there, they probably would just grab their nuts right at this point when I say this, or their penis. But he did a little shot in his penis,
Yeah. I
and I
have
mean,
a friend that did that.
well, let me tell you what. As a girlfriend, yay,
There you go.
yay, very different than Viagra.
Yeah.
Very, very different. So, for many, many reasons, for him and me. But, oh my gosh, as men get older, one, they have a challenge. So then they want us to do stuff that I don't mind once in a while, but not every fucking time. I'm not going to help you get to where you need to be.
Well, and
I'm gonna say it.
that's not natural either. It just makes it more work and less attractive. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. My friend that did the
exactly.
shots was for his wife and himself and said it changed their entire world.
It changed our world. I don't know cost and etc. But you know, and what happened is it's really interesting for this particular gentleman. So I would, if you ever could reach out to them and find out as well. He even got to where he didn't need the shots as much because mentally, when his mind knew he was going to go take it, because that would make both of us have a better sex life,
It would just
his
work.
little penis went, I'm good, let's go.
That
Like
makes
it,
sense
right?
because it
So
rewires.
exactly what you just said. Why don't we do it as women? Why don't we admit as we get older and we don't just go, oh, well, I'm older and I went through menopause and I guess I'm just not going to have sex.
No,
No. So
no
Danica and I will share with you our vagina rejuvenation
journey.
journey. Thank you. You are
Our
going to,
JJ, our Rejive and JJ
what'd you
journey.
say? Vajayjay, Rejive. Oh, whatever
You
you
said
said was so
Rejive and
cute.
JJ.
Rejive is Vajayjay. That's our thing.
Yeah, I'm
I do
trying.
want you to reach out and find out if that the 5 hours of trying to push, which I'm going to tell you right now, did something. We don't
Yeah.
even know. We know that. Is it fixable? And what do you need to do? And what's going to be your journey?
Okay,
My
I
journey
will.
is going to be, it's kind of unique. These pills are taken right before you go to bed.
Okay. Well, maybe
And I
then
didn't
your
know
body
that
is
till
working
I
better.
got it. So I'm gonna, and it got, the doctor had it mailed to me. So I'm gonna have to ask her, what's up with the nighttime thing? And then so I take two pills, one estrogen, one testosterone. Don't quote one of the two.
Testosterone.
The other thing I do is, it's like a little dot. Actually, the container. I know I'm looking like, should I go grab it? But I'm not going to. But I will on another one. It's called a click. You take one click and it pops up the dot of the cream you need. So you only need a little bit because they said any more than that is just wasting it. So why waste it?
Okay.
And then you get a whole little pamphlet on this new design of this thing that just gives you what you need so you don't waste. So I'm kind of excited about the person that invented that.
And it's a cream.
Yeah, it's a cream.
What do you do with the cream?
You rub it on the inside of your thigh,
Okay. Okay.
not on your vagina.
Well, that's because that's what I was expecting you to say.
I know.
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
And so again, I will have that conversation. I think I have an appointment in 2 weeks of follow-up. I'll ask her why the inner thigh, why the nighttime, because I just need to know the ends, whys, yes, nos about it.
Well, and also besides, we are. I'm like that same person. I need to know why I'm doing something if I'm going to do something. But
Yeah, yeah,
also,
exactly.
it helps you guys, or helps our family because then
Well,
you
now
know
we do it.
why.
Yeah, I definitely want to share with people the pros and cons. Like I mentioned, the rice yeast pills, and that's one of them. I'm taking at night as well.
Okay.
And I remember years ago when my sister Lisa was going through menopause, and she took a yam cream, a cream made of yams. And then Sex and the City, in their movie, when she's over in Dubai,
Goodbye. Yep.
and they confiscated her drugs, remember she said something about yam, and I was like, okay, this is years later. So there's
Yeah.
something up with the yams too
Been
that
around. Been
which
around.
I
Yeah.
eat. I like. yams and sweet potatoes, and there is a little difference, but not drastically. You can research that. But
I
um,
know. I need
I
to
sure I
learn
don't
to
eat.
like them because I know they're so good for you.
I've been trying to take the potato out and more yams when I'm doing stuff. Okay,
Okay.
there. Oh, she's like really sleeping good. She snored. Um, there's different ways for you to like them. And
I'm
if you
sure.
don't just like the taste, but to get the benefits, and I started out that way and then I weaned myself, put a little maple syrup on them. Make them as a dessert. Because yams already naturally have just a little sweetness
Sweet.
to it.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't do it like that. I do it more like it's a potato, it's a root
Yeah.
vegetable. So I roast them.
You know what? And I'm probably lying at this point because, as we get older and we learn different things, I'm going to try it again because more than likely I like it. I didn't like avocados when I was little and I could eat them every single day now, so I'll have to check back
Asparagus
in.
Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
And
we
now
eat them all the
I,
time. Yeah,
I love them.
me
They're
too.
like,
Oh,
behave.
babies are ready.
They want to
No,
say
I
hi to
love
you.
this. I'm really excited to learn more about this. And I love that I just love you so much, Susan, because I love the fact that we can dive into these conversations, and neither of us, as you can probably tell, are shy. We will talk about anything, and that's what we want to do for you guys and for ourselves because we don't only help you learn things, but we also help each other learn. We can help heal each other, heal ourselves, and do all these beautiful things and go on this journey together and not feel like, fuck, I don't even
Well,
know
and
what to do because I'm by myself. And what do I do? Help me?
we talked about going on this journey and we both said, okay, it's all or nothing.
Yep.
We're going to have to talk about things that make us uncomfortable because how are we going to make other ladies feel comfortable if we're not
Talking
talking about
about,
it with ourselves?
yeah,
If
if
we're
they,
not putting our shit out there, the I know so many ladies commented when I threw my leg up and talked about my under hair in the back, pubic hair. Yeah,
brilliant.
that's the whole purpose of our podcast. We want you to feel comfortable. I don't know how many times, stop, you're just being a brat. How many times I've had a conversation with somebody and they're like, our generation, we didn't talk about it. It wasn't allowed.
No.
You didn't show your weaknesses.
Yeah.
God knows if we go back and talk to our mothers, our grandmothers, even just maybe a sister that's older, and we're talking about the fact that you should still be getting laid in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. As long as you can walk and talk, you need to be having sex, is what my
Exactly.
doctor tells me.
Yeah.
As long as you can, and not necessarily you need to be doing all of them, any of those. You
Yes.
can still talk, you can still walk, you
Exactly.
need to be getting laid. No, we were just taught after menopause, you're done. Go sit in the corner and do some knitting.
Fortunately, my mother was not like that. My grandmother
My mother was not
might
either.
have been a
My mom
little
is
bit more.
probably having sex in the nursing home right now. I'm not
There
even
you go.
joking.
See, so
She's
you
like
and I were
93.
fortunate with that. Or maybe
Yes.
grandparents were a
And I
little
think
bit
that's helped
less.
you and I with doing the
Become
podcast. Yeah.
exactly 100%. Yeah, no, my mom handed me a book about sex when I was in junior high school. Said, read this, let's talk. We used to have conversations about blowjobs, and I mean, I could just tell her, Mom, this is what I did. I tried this. What did
My
it
mom
was
quite didn't go there. She
brilliant.
was more, do not have sex. You're going to get knocked up, have a kid, and you won't get to go to prom, and I'm not going to babysit. Your life's over. Oh my God. You talk about not wanting to have sex.
Oh
Holy, what?
shit.
Just
Oh
having
shit.
sex is going to call, right? It worked for a little while. Scared the shit out of me, literally. Uh, yeah.
No, my mom said it's fun and it feels good, but it feels better if you're in love with somebody. And that was kind of my level. It
Okay.
just trying to help me raise my level to the point just don't go fuck anybody because it'll still feel good, and it's true because
Yeah.
your emotions play a big part in it and it is better when you're with somebody that you care about. That's just a fact. Well, it just
No, no, no. Oh,
it's
no, no,
just
no.
different.
No, don't change your
Different.
mind. I agree.
It
And then
still
I
feels
also
good.
feel there's times in my life when I didn't give a shit. And so
Yeah.
I was much more
Satisfied with just a good, yeah.
selfish. I think
Yeah.
that's the word I'm going to use. When I didn't care about the person and it was literally, I was just taking them home to use them and abuse them, I was much more selfish that it was all about me and didn't care whether they thought I was a bitch or not. And so that was really good too. That's all I
Well,
was going to go with
yes,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
100%. I mean, sex is good all the time.
But
Sex is
you
great.
can't do that your whole life. You're
No.
right. You want to look more that, yes, there's also that love involved because we all know, whether we admit it or talk about it or not, but we all know, yes, the wham bam, thank you, ma'am is awesome.
Yes.
But we also want the cuddly, romantic, before, after. Yeah.
Yeah, because that feeds our souls, not just our libido.
It's kind of like the difference between dessert. which, oh my God, damn, it's good. That's the
Yeah.
fast fuck sex. And then yeah, I need this because it fuels my body.
Yeah. Let's have the
So it's
entree
just
and
like with
dessert.
food, you got to have the balance.
You want all the courses.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Sometimes I just like dessert first.
But sometimes I only want dessert.
Exactly. Oh my God, I love you. All
I love
right.
these fake words we're using, instead of. That's awesome. Are
Hey,
we
I think we
wrapping it
should just
up?
call it dessert forever. Hey, Susan, when was the last time you had dessert? Oh, I'll tell you a quick funny story before we get off. So before we get off,
No pun intended.
it's just the word of the day. That's our word of the day. Get off. Um, so in Mississippi, I toured down there for years and years with the band, and I don't even know how it came about, but we were in the hotel with my girlfriends and talking about sex or something, and how about a man transforms, right? They go from no penis to what we need, right? So we are talking about they're transformers. And I think Transformer movie was big at the time, right? And so one of my girlfriends a couple days later, whatever, texted me and said, "So have you hugged your transformer today?" Or
Have you
something.
shown
It was
me
like, oh
love to
my
your
God.
transformer?
So now that's what we always called, instead of, for us now we can call a sex dessert. But if you ever want to talk about a penis or, a man, it's just like, ooh, they're my transformer.
You absolutely were making me laugh. I watched the Netflix special on Pee Wee Herman, who was not Pee Wee Herman, Paul.
Oh, yeah,
Did you watch it?
I used to wait on him. I haven't watched that, but I used to wait on him. I've met him more than once.
Oh
Amazing
my
human being.
God. Paul, what's his real name?
Paul, now that you said, I can't think.
Okay.
Paul, but it's
Paul.
Paul.
It's Paul. It was so great. And it brought back, I freaking love Pee Wee Herman.
Me too.
Pee Wee's Playhouse, my world stopped. And as I got older and, watching that, it just reminded me, oh my God, the innuendos that he used.
Oh, let's
Remember
talk
the
about
day, the
your big
word,
butt, Simone.
and
Oh yeah.
everything, every character, everything. And they're bringing that out in that Netflix. It's just made me die laughing. But he also had Remember the Word, where everybody, when you said the word. That's what I feel like. We have to write these words down and then we'll be like, okay, so for our followers that know, today's word is, and whenever it's used, we're going to, I,
Right, so
I
we got to
loved
write
it.
down dessert and
Dessert
transformer.
and not vagina rejuvenation. It's
No,
the
it's
JJ
Re-
Rejive.
Regiva, Regiva, Regive, Vajayjay,
Rejiva
Regive,
vajayjay.
Vajayjay, Regive,
Rejiva
Vajayjay.
vajayjay. That's it. There we
Where
go.
did my pen go?
Maybe we
I'm
better
writing it
pick something
down.
else. We can't even say it.
Well, the funny
Um,
thing is you said Regive instead of revive, but I like Regive because it's jiving. We're
it's
jiving.
jiving it.
Jive, Vajayjay,
And then you listen, then I instantly think of that Bee Gees song. It's where the mind goes. And there was a third
Vajayjay.
one. What was the third one we did? Say it again. What do we have?
Dessert and transformer.
Oh, Transformer. That was it.
Okay, I wrote them down because that's what we do to
And
remember
how
them.
great if we have kids. Yeah, yeah, that's what you have to do when you're what the 50 plus,
That's
right? A
right.
note. And we talked about that. My mom used to just annoy me with all her notes, and now here I am. Okay, we got to
Well,
wrap it up.
come on. Yeah, we're wrapping it up. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Have an amazing, amazing day. And we'll see you next time.
See you next
Love
time.
you.